Hey there, welcome back to How to Blender, the channel dedicated to answering your questions about Blender. And today I'm going to show you a trick that's instantly going to improve your renders in Eevee and especially your indoor lighting, right? So let's get right into it. All right, so before we get into the how, just let me explain you what exactly is happening here and what we are trying to achieve, right? So I've got a basic setup here. This is just a normal cube, and I've got a sunlight here that is putting the light into the room from this window, right? And we've got this icosphere that we're gonna use for our demonstration, right? What exactly we are trying to achieve. So let me show you a few renders that I made. And basically, this is a render that was done in cycles, and this is the render that is done in Eevee. So what we are actually trying to achieve is that we're trying to make the second render that was achieved in Eevee look somewhat like the one in cycles. So what exactly is happening in cycles that it looks so beautiful and it looks so real, right? So it's basically a concept of bounce lighting. Now, what exactly do I mean by that? If a light is coming from this direction, right, inside our cube, the light would, in a natural environment, will go ahead and bounce off of this wall and then reflect it on the cube. Similarly, the cube will reflect light on the ground, and this wall will reflect light on the cube as well, right? So there's a lot of bounce lighting that's basically happens whenever in a real life scenario, and Eevee doesn't really do a good job of bouncing the light that efficiently, right? So in a normal scenario, this is how your Eevee render is going to look like. So how do we improve that? Well, to improve that, there is a simple option that we can use in Eevee. And for that, we'll do a Shift A and click on Light Probe and click on Irradiance Volume. Now, what does this do? So this is going to create that bounce lighting for us in Eevee, right? So I just want to make sure that this matches. So the very first thing I will need to make sure that the size of this radiance volume matches the size of the entire room, right? So because it's want to make sure that it's bouncing all the light that's coming into the room. So my room is about 10 meters in size. So I'm gonna just scale it up by 10, right? And now I see that it's covering most of it. If you click on the object data properties, this is the menu that comes up. So the basic resolution is 4. I mean, the lower the resolution, the less light it's going to bounce, and the higher you go, the better your render is going to look like, right? But the longer it's going to take to actually go ahead and create that bounce lighting. So how do you? So let me first show it to you with a basic one and why you should improve the resolution, right? So let's go to the render properties here. I've already enabled ambient inclusion, bloom, and screen space reflections. This just makes the lighting a little bit more better. And in addition to that, we're going to click on this option right here that says indirect lighting. And then we can just click on bake indirect lighting, right? So as soon as you do that, it just goes ahead and starts baking it. Now, if I just click on this, can you see that there are like the indirect lighting is created, but it doesn't look anywhere close to what this is, right? So this is just really a bad way to create an indirect lighting. Now let's go back and let's increase the resolution. Let's say we'll increase it to about 15, right? And let's delete the old lighting cache and let's redo it. So it's gonna take a second. Like I said, the more resolution you increase, the longer it takes, right? All right, so it's completed. Now, if you can see that this looks way better than what we had before, right? So now if I go ahead and render this out, let me actually render it out in a different slot so that I have something to show you. Okay. So if I render this out now, and if we compare it back to the one that is from Cycles, can you see the amount of difference, right? It's almost similar to how it looked in Cycles. Now we can improve it a little bit more just by going ahead and clicking on our shadows and just making sure that high depth shadows are enabled. And this just makes sure that just put in some high quality shadows, right? So yeah, that's how easy it is. That's how easy it is to go ahead and improve your indoor lighting. Just make it more realistic in Eevee. And since Eevee is a real-time engine, it will gonna be giving you fast render time. So I really hope that this helped you out today and you liked the video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.